You're now listening to Straight from the Horse's Mouth podcast.
They were my business on the front page. Headlines. I threw prescription in Dior frames. Sunshine. I had the vision back in 12th grade. Lunchtime. That I'd be killing shit with Dr. Dre. I never wanted to ever be over. I'm out of Philly, I thought it'd be colder. Drop out the licky, I might need a chauffeur. Check out my chicky, check out my Now who are you?
Who the fuck is this?
I don't know what you do. I don't know you short a few.
Oh, don't make me have to lose it.
No, hold up. Pull my out the jar, come on. Ooh, savage, that's a nice get up. International, rockin' Japanese denim. Enough gas to get you above average. How many more drags do I have to puff for my cigar? New enemies, they bringing my
What up? Welcome to another episode of Straight from the Horse's Mouth podcast. I am 1/3 of your host. You can call me Black. As always, I'm never by myself. I got my partners here with me. To my left, I got Sean P.
Sean, yes.
Sean, yes.
Already for real.
To my right, I got Lean.
What up?
And as the tagline says, we just three dudes sitting on the couch. Well, right now we're at a table in a lovely home. But as the tagline says, we three dudes on the couch talking hip-hop, sports, and life.
Man.
If you would like to be a part of that conversation, please hit us up on our social media platforms. You can hit us up on Facebook at Horsemouth, or you can hit us up on Twitter or Instagram. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at SFTHM Podcast. That's SFTHM Podcast. Gentlemen, let's get it in. Lean, we starting that off right. What was that, player?
Yeah, we changed it up just a little bit,
Just a little bit.
I heard of Anderson Paak. Yeah.
Pack.
That's his second album.
Okay.
Nice.
Just got released back in November.
Okay.
That song is called "Who Are You" off
Okay.
his second album, Oxnard.
Oxnard.
I didn't realize he's on Aftermath.
Really?
Yeah. I said Drake keeps finding his talent.
Yeah.
And that was on the low. And that song he mentioned Dre.
Yeah.
But before that, I didn't know. His first album was crazy.
Right.
Aftermath, I mean, he gonna be on some killer stuff, man. That's what Aftermath do.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But the fact that, like, this is something different, like, not that I know all of Aftermath's roster, but this sound different than what you would expect. So
Right,
the fact
right.
that Dre is kind of going there with it and got him, like, that's crazy. And he's big time. Like, definitely get this album.
One more time. That's in the crate. And that's Anderson Paak. The album is called Oxnard. P.
Yo.
Baby.
Yo, man.
What we drinking on?
Man, right now we on some, what are we drinking? Jack Daniels Rye. It's that
Jack Daniels Rye.
It's out of the Colleen stash. He pulled it out it was an emergency stash, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah, I got a little secret stash. I got a little box somewhere in the crib.
Yeah,
That's
somewhere.
That's
A
what's
couple
up. That's
things
what's up.
in there.
But our
Undisclosed
whiskey of the month is Elijah Craig, right?
Yeah.
That's right. That's
We
right.
still
That's
with
right.
you, Elijah.
We still with you, Elijah, but sometimes you just want to get jacked up.
Exactly, and y'all ain't sending us no bottles so we can drink, man, so we ain't got it.
That's what's up. Gentlemen, I had an interesting week. It was sort of like I don't know. I just felt like I did really good. You ever had a week at work or in general where you feel like you just did really good work?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you had a good week, and it started off with an event, and sometimes I get nervous speaking in public. I know it's weird, a dude that was trained as an actor get nervous speaking in public, but I was
On a podcast every week. Go ahead.
on a podcast every week. And I had to talk about this group that I'm a part of at my job. And, I get up there and I think I'm stumbling over words and I'm speaking and
Horse mouth.
using the horse mouth, right? Not mouth, but mouth.
OUF.
And I'm using my baritone voice.
Of course, project.
And here I think I'm messing up, but everyone came up to me and was like, "Yeah, you did a good job. I want to be a part of the group and this and that." I was like, Okay.
So you was talking to clients to try to recruit people to be a part of.
I was talking to the agency. We had our all staff meeting, right?
Okay,
And each workshop group that we have within the company has to speak on what's going on. Give us sort of like an update of what's going on in the company, right? And I got up there, and because the name of the group I'm part of is called the Racial Equity Group, and I'm with two other white people.
Racial equity.
The funny thing is, I just got recruited onto that committee in my job.
Really?
Yeah, racial equity.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
And so basically, our Racial Equity Group, we talk about how to build like diversity within an agency. And you guys know there's diversity at nonprofits and social service world where as you move up, it gets less and less diverse.
Oh yeah.
And one of the things that we started off talking, or one of the things that we wanted to do, is we talked about hiring practices, right? Mm-hmm. And hiring practices is sort of like where if you only post jobs in Ideal List, you're gonna get a certain kind of person, as opposed to you posting a job as well on Craigslist. Or the social work field, or the social work bulletin board at Howard University.
Very true.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then also, I'm not saying it's not lowering the standards, but taking in consideration a person that, because some of the stuff that we do, you don't really need a college degree to do it.
Most of the stuff.
Most of the stuff, yeah. Right. So taking more in consideration to that person that has a high school diploma but has work experience, life experience.
Right.
So I was real excited about that. That's how my week been. I gave a little public speech, that went well.
That's what's up.
So I'm a little hyped.
That's what's up.
Shout out to the diversity group, the 66% white. I'm just kidding.
No. But you're not lying. There are some groups that want diversity, and it's majority white people, or it's only white people.
Yeah. We're gonna say some of those thoughts by gentrification piece.
Exactly. We're gonna get more into it.
Yeah, man.
My week was I got a lot to say, so forgive me.
Oh yeah, we put my mic down. I'm listening.
As I tell P, this is your show.
You know what I'm saying? So, the funny thing, I was recruited into the equity group,
racial
equity in my job by my supervisor, and then I hear that I'm the only male in it.
Oh.
So they was looking for male, and she threw my name out there. So I got an email. I haven't gone to the first group yet.
Talking male.
Right. But I'm in it. But also there's a lot going on in my job as far as there's a couple committees. We got awarded this award from Bezos.
Yeah.
From Amazon.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out.
We sort of got that too.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to spend that money.
Yeah.
So I'm part of a committee on which committee am I on? I got recruited on the all list for employment and childcare. Like, how can we?
That's amazing.
Kind of incorporate that. So basically, we're coming with a spiel about that to see if we can use the money for that. So so that's happened next week, and then I'm on another committee. Because during our we do a strategic plan, and one of the things that came up was working with youth.
Oh,
so I'm part of the committee to talk about working with youth.
Right.
We got to make a presentation in June to the board
to
see if that's something that we may start doing. So I'm doing those three things, which is crazy because you get extra stuff added onto your job, but your job still stay the same.
Yeah.
So right now I'm ripping and running, and then we're 4 staff short. So I got a caseload. I'm in the field. It's crazy on the job. So then on top of that, and y'all know this. Well, first of all, happy birthday to my baby Lincoln.
Happy
we had a birthday party to her on Saturday.
Baby shark.
So let me tell you how we hooked it up. So we had all the baby shark theme. Morella's is great at the theme, but then we all had shirts. So
oh wow.
So I had a shirt, Daddy Shark. She had a shirt, Mama Shark. Valentina had a shirt, Baby Shaw. Lincoln had a shirt that said Birthday Shaw and her name. Morgan had a shirt, Sister Shaw, and then both grandmothers had Grandma Shaw shirts.
That's amazing.
We all had the shirt. So we all had the shirt on. The family, we all had jeans and shell toe Adidas.
Oh,
so I bought Lincoln her first pair official shell toe.
okay. You know that's one of my favorite. That's what's up.
So we all had that great time. Like people came from as far as Florida to be here. And just that energy. Like I love family being around and that energy being down. P came through, boy, his son.
Yeah.
That's the first time I met him.
Yeah.
So he had been telling us, my son, he got, and he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. Good looking boy. Good looking boy.
Appreciate it.
But he definitely he got that weight on him. I'm looking forward to, like I said, number 1 draft pick. New York
The
Giants.
first PhD that get drafted.
Defensive end. You know what I'm saying? But that was a lot of fun. But then this week, Lincoln started acting a little funny. Come to find out, she got mouth, hand, and foot disease.
Wow.
So, for those parents who have kids in daycare, they know this is real common. I had always heard about it, but never saw it. Yeah. So, obviously, I seen it. I'm like, what the hell is this all over my baby?
Was she in pain or?
She was irritable.
Okay.
She was real irritable, but you didn't really know why because it kind of popped up out of nowhere.
Right.
So apparently you start feeling a certain way before you actually see the bumps and all like that come up. So ran her to the doctor yesterday, and they basically just was like, well, all you could do is let it run its course. There's no antibiotics, nothing for it. So she's already getting better, already running around. So she got to spend some time with mommy and daddy.
I know that was hard on y'all, man.
It's hard anytime, anytime you get sick, and especially when, and for those who have their kids in daycare, know that they always sick. It's always runny nose, fever, now hand, throat, and mouth.
It's always something.
So that was our week. So it was hectic. A lot of good things. I feel good to being part of the committees. I like doing stuff like that. I like making presentations and sharing ideas and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? And then obviously we still putting the house together, buying furniture, doing all that stuff. So
I like this house, Lane. I really do. It's a nice house.
How many compliments do we need to make before we can move in? I'm trying to move in somewhere.
I mean, let's show this.
It's room for us.
Hey. But it is comfortable and, it's a home. I like that. I like that.
Appreciate it.
So my week, man, all I was just thinking about was just like some of the highlights was just, so I work with a hospice organization, man. So
I don't know how you do that. I just had to throw that out there.
Well, it's not what you think. So like, it only becomes difficult when people are denying death. Like a lot of times people are like,
people are accepting of it.
Yeah, like, man, well, Dad's dying, and we just want to make sure Dad's comfortable. So yada yada yada, And sometimes it's sad when you can tell that the people are just becoming comfortable with talking about it. But for the most part, it's only hard when people are like, okay, we need the help, but don't say the H word.
Right.
They're talking about hospice. So that's when it becomes difficult because then I'm guarding my tongue. I'm not even being myself.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, I can't say hospice. So what I normally say, in which we really are, is just like support. We support for the family in a time where people are needed. Like people need support. Like 'cause one lady thanked me today. She's like, "Thank you so much, Sean, for working out the logistics." I didn't have to think about any logistics while, spending time with my mom because this young lady lived on her mom lived on the second floor. Her mom wanted to be independent. It's like the thing about hospice, it shows you is like how things change so quickly, man.
Yeah.
Like, so the lady, at first she was, she's like, Mom gets up and down the stairs, but she has a little trouble, so we're looking to install some stairs. So I called and found some stair company. They live in Georgetown, so they got money. That's part of what I'm going to talk about.
Right.
So, so they live in Georgetown. They got money, so they installed the stairs like the following Tuesday.
Wow.
And she was calling me, thanking me. Thank you so much. She's playing on the stairs with the granddaughter. So anyway, the lady passed Monday or Sunday.
Oh, wow.
This was only been working with the family for like 3 weeks, but she was able to thank me for like allowing me to assist her with the logistics while, she just spent time. So she didn't have to worry about finding somebody, a contractor to come in to do this work.
Right.
She didn't have to worry about the skill, like how, because I was able to vouch for this person. I was able to vouch for this person. So with that, I was able to just, so she was able to just comfortably say, like, she was like, she also was asking for somebody to look for after her mom,
right?
Like, somebody else, like a personal care aide, and she's like, whoever you say, Sean, I trust you, and I ended up finding somebody.
That's a good feeling when.
So I found a person for her to work with, because this young lady, like, when I see good people that look out for people, I remember that they stick out to me, and then so I was able to pair her with another young lady that was like just awesome with other people. So anyway. Hospice is it could be it's a scary word, but once you realize it's just for comfort and support, because most times like people are holding on, like if you're holding on to your family member and they're not able to talk, walk, and all that stuff, like what's the quality of life? So really, you're holding on for selfish reasons. Most people don't want to live like just looking up at the ceiling or anything like that.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I got a question after that.
What do you do to unwind? Because it has to take its toll on you at some point. I mean, I'm not saying it's. But you're human, right?
Exactly. In most cases, don't hit me hard, but some cases do. Like, I was meeting with a dude who was just like he's like 70 years old, very vibrant young man. Has written 8 books. He ended up getting a Ferrari because he was friends with the Ferrari the dude who owns Ferrari.
Damn.
He recently he bought a BMW to go to New Jersey because that was his bucket list.
He was 70. He's 70.
Yeah, he's like 70 something. But cancer like kind of slowed him down or whatever. He's a very vibrant. He's just a smart guy. We just really enjoy spending time with him.
Right.
And that was sad for me because I could see so much life in him, and I just know that like. Because of his diagnosis, it's gonna go away. So it's like it's beautiful to see how families come together, because like at that time, like a lot of times, like the families. Well, that stressful time is like when it either breaks or makes a family. Like, and just when I see like beautiful families coming together, supporting their like people. So I'm gonna jump into what I was gonna talk about.
Let me ask a question real quick about that. You was talking about like people not wanting to live in a certain way.
Right.
So how important in your opinion is like to like actually sit and have stuff written down? Because I find that a lot of people don't want to have those conversations.
And I'm glad you mentioned that.
About like what do I want? I mean, it's a scary thing. I mean, even before you even 50 years old, you got to talk about what your wishes are, because you never know what can happen. But it's a difficult situation. And what I found is when I tried to like even have that conversation, like I really don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
and that's some of that is
hard for folks,
cultural too, though.
But it's hard for folks in their late 20s and early 30s to talk about some stuff like that.
You don't never think that it's possible, but like. You're in a situation where if someone doesn't have anything written down or no wishes, what do they do? So like
our age and younger, get diagnosed with cancer and be gone in a month, and then sometimes like the family's caring for you, they see you declining, and then by the time they say, okay, we need to get some stuff in order, now you're not able to make a decision because you're not able to like either talk. Or your brain, your cognition is to a level where you can't make decisions on your own. So then it gets tricky. Like, so who makes the decisions for you at that point? Like, if you my age, if you were to get sick right now, who will make decisions for you? And that's the thing. Like, I just feel like, like you're saying, this is very important, and it's something that people don't want to talk about, but it's definitely needed.
And I feel like it's funny because I feel like my grandparents, my grandmother. Everything was paid on.
Right.
She paid for her burial. She knew where she wanted to be. My grandfather, she paid off all his. So, but like the generation after that didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have anything written down. Drama.
James Brown.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
I think they're still trying to settle that, John.
You know what I mean? So I try to be like, I want to be more proactive so that my kids, like, having 3 kids, you got a wife, you got this. Like, it's real important to know where everything's going, especially like for me, I got a child from another woman,
right?
And then some from a relative, right? So I got to make sure that she know, I need this one to have this.
Right.
I need this one to have this. I need you to make sure you take care of this. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and if something happens to both of us,
Right.
everything got to be written down because somebody got to get that insurance money and be able to give every kid what they're supposed to get.
It took a lot to happen for me and Marcy to even approach that. It took both of her brothers dying within a year, and of her best friend's husband and her best friend's brother dying within a
If you
year.
don't mind sharing, how old was they?
So which one?
I mean, just all of them. I know that all of them was young men. Basically.
Yeah, Marcy's brother was what, like 35.
I mean, come on.
Her older brother, who was like 52. Her our best friend's husband was 51.
We're all in that age group,
Yeah,
fellas.
and her brother, who died like a week after, I think he was like 33. So it took a lot. It took all that to happen for us to even sit down. Like, hey, babe, this is my wishes. This is what I want. You know what I mean?
Right.
And rest in peace to all of those people,
Yeah.
man. Because I understand from Tony, like, they were all beautiful people.
Yeah. They were. And I didn't want to really bring the show down or anything like that.
It's real though. That's what we
But
on.
they were, and it sort of jolted us. We was like, okay, we gotta.
And that's what puts things in perspective, man. Like, I'm always thinking, like, I'm working with the elderly people. I'm working with the hospice people. So I see people that was working a month ago, and now they can't work. Now they can't walk. And, like, what's crazy is, like, I was talking to my sister today. She was like, your daddy fell. I was like, But what was even crazy is, like, I was thinking about, like, going home. And the thing I always be thinking about is, like, how I'm up here caring for people. And my people down south, they need to be cared for as well. So,
Another thing, P, is that when you got people close to you that pass away, you sort of start thinking about your mortality.
Exactly.
And
That changes your perspective,
For a week, I was fucked up. I was worried about everything. I went to the doctor. I mean,
Wait,
seriously. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
What is that on my toe? I mean,
that black spot.
That's just black.
Yeah, that's black.
I just think I try to be like, when I hit, even if it didn't affect me straight, if you're telling me that people that you care about passed away, obviously that affects me too, right? So I'm thinking to myself, man, and then I always think, like, why do we wait sometimes so long to like your father fell, right? I got friends in New York that's not doing so well.
We need
you gotta make time.
You got to
go ahead and spend the time so that the
that's all
next
you got.
time you're seeing somebody, you seeing you seeing them in a casket, and you're seeing people that you haven't seen in years, and it's like, yo, we gotta keep in touch. We gotta keep in touch.
Yeah.
And then you wind up not. You know what I mean? So like I've always, like, every year I try to make it my business and say, okay, and I think I'm doing a lot better this year. It's just really keeping in touch.
Right.
It don't take a lot to text somebody as the text goes off.
Right now. Yeah.
Like, it don't take a lot to just say, yo, what up?
Just
you ain't
checking
gotta
in
get
with
on the
you.
phone and talk. You text, and you can have an ongoing text conversation
4 or 5 days.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then whenever you thinking about the person, like, it's not hard to do it, man. So I would encourage everybody who's listening, just reach out. Like, it don't take a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
even petty beefs and squabbles you have with your families, squash that shit.
Yeah. And it just reminds me of one of my old mantras is, like, nothing stays the same. People saying it's all good or whatever. Nothing stays the same. My bad. That's me. I'm about to get kicked out of my man's house.
What was that?
I had my foot on this table, man. I was about to get kicked out. My
bad,
bad, dog.
Breaking the brand new.
And my man, you should have seen me. He was like, hold on. Wait, stop the tape. Stop it.
Hey, man,
listen,
stop
man,
this shit.
don't do my
Who the fuck told you to
Yeah, man. But
He getting way too comfortable up in
you
this
get
motherfucker.
too comfortable there. But yeah, so like nothing stays the same. Like either you getting closer to your goals or farther away. Like either you, like nobody's gonna be like the ability I have to spend with my father right now is not gonna be the same in a month because nothing is staying the same. Like I lost a month. If I don't go down there for a month, then I lost a month. Of communication, interactions, possible interactions, and I also think about like how different his life would have been if I'd have been down there. Like Because I've been up here since I was
We
Hold
gonna get
on.
the real age.
We ain't about to have no Jack Daniels. You move away from me.
It was like since I've been.
I said I was looking for therapists. All right, guys, listen up. So anyway, for real, man, since I've been up here, man, like I've been up here since I was 24, 25, and I just wondered like how different my dad and my life would have been. Like, cause my dad bought a boat, probably went out on the boat 3 times.
Man.
You know, and I ain't never been on the boat, but like, I just feel like if I would have been there, probably it would have been things. I think like things would have been different. Like he'd have probably been more active because we could have been out boating more. And, you know, and because I wasn't there, I feel like sometimes like, it ain't nothing just to sit on the couch. He had his own friends too, though. I ain't gonna just sit here and like you know, because he would go out, but at the same time, I just wonder like what different experiences we would have had.
Right. No, I get that. I mean, I'm blessed that at one point, because my mom, before she moved down here, was like upstate New York. Yeah. So that's 4 hours from New York City. So that's 8 hours.
Jesus.
So once we moved down here, we would see her like, my mom's the type, she ain't really traveling down to stay at people's house, that type of thing.
Right.
Some things happened a couple years ago, and we encouraged her to move down here to be closer to her kids. And that's like the best thing because she actually, first of all, I get to see her all the time now.
Right.
She's also around her grandkids all the time. Whereas that, you know, if that didn't happen, same thing.
Right.
Like how much time? So we're making a lot of memories.
She be sitting around.
Like this summer, you know, we went on that cruise, right?
Right.
This was the first vacation that I want to say I ever went on with my mom's.
That's
like,
crazy.
And we all went, and my mom's was on the beach. Like I ain't never seen my mom's on the beach. I never seen her that. Like she was talking about like she on the beach. We was going crazy because she had the little bathing suit on, so we throwing water on her like we kids. You know what I mean? But these are memories that we may not have had. So it's like now I'm just like, Ma, you know, in 2 years we planning a 60th cruise for Arella's mom. I just blew up her age. Pardon me, Mom. But we all going. So I'm crazy. Mom, yo, you should come too. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of memories to me now are more important than what they were before, like even 10 years ago.
One of the things that this thing sort of did, I mean, losing all these people, it made me open up a little bit more towards, you know, my loved ones and friends and, you know, and my aunt and I'm starting to reap the benefits from that because I got a call from my aunt Sonia. She's like my mom's sister, and she lives in Colonial Beach, like in Virginia.
Okay.
And she was like, Tony, I need you to come down here. I need to see the baby. I need to see you. I need to see Marcy. I need to see all y'all. I was like, well, okay. Right. She was like, well, if you can't come, just come 4th of July. I was like, all right.
You can't tell Auntie no.
You cannot tell my Aunt Sonia. First of all, one of the things that me and my brothers were talking about this, and Aunt Sonia will always have my gratitude. She always put my mother in a great light.
That's beautiful.
And, you know, because we, you know, all of us had whatever issues we had with my mom growing up. But she always put her in she always put her in a good light. And she always cared or wanted to be close to my mother's children. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down there. I'm going to take Marcy and Langston down there and have them run on the beach. And
I'm about to say, you think you're impressing me? You going to the beach, man? I'm going to see my aunt. You going to the beach? I'm going to
the beach. What I would encourage you to do too is just sit and listen.
Right.
Yo, I can't. Like I wish, and I did a lot of this with my grandfather. I just sat with him like when he was older and just listened. Like you get so much history and learn so much from like the elders in your family. And when they're not around, you miss them, and you might have to pass those stories on because at one point you're going to be the elder. You want to have those stories. It's important to know. You know, how just little things like, you know, what's my mom's favorite, whatever.
Exactly.
Like, little stories.
Shout out to my auntie, my Aunt Teresa, because if you want to know all the family gossip, go to your youngest aunt.
Oh yeah,
she will spill it.
Oh yeah,
she will spill it, and she told me so many stories. I was like, wow, and I'm not feeling regret that I waited this long to start interacting with my family. I guess what I'm feeling, or the feeling that I'm having, is like I should have done this a long time ago.
But nah, man, everything happens in time, man.
Yeah.
It's happened. If you'd have done it a long time ago, you might not appreciate it as much as you appreciate it right now.
Yeah.
So everything happens in time as it should, man. You got to trust that. Also, that's the way to reduce regrets, man. You don't want, because I do the same thing, man. But like Jay-Z says, spaceships don't come with rearview mirrors. So let me.
I thought that was Andre 3000.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, under 3000. Never mind. So yeah,
That
my bad,
redemption
Jay.
tripped you up.
Yeah, you got it. But yeah, man. So
Pete, you was telling us early about the story about Howard University.
oh yeah, man. The young man. It was a clip talking about how people were walking their dogs through Howard University, and the students, rightfully so, had an objection to it. And the young man who had just moved into the neighborhood, he had an objection to the students having an objection. And this is a little clip of what he had said. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up.
This is awesome.
So here comes the issue with gentrification.
Cut through college campus. They're in part of D.C., so they have to work within D.C. If they don't want to be within D.C., then move to campus. I think we need...
So this motherfucker wants to move but his dog is much more important
They're in
than a
DC.
historically black university.
They're in D.C.
The
and they're a part
cardacity.
of the community.
The cardacity.
If
Well,
they
on,
don't-
on a couple levels, that's crazy. Like,
Yes!
you live in D.C. and you don't know the history of Howard University and
Move
what
to
Howard
campus.
University means.
That's D.C.
right. If Howard University ain't here,
To
it's
some
like,
black
right,
people, that's D.C.
That's
Not the
DC.
White House, Howard University.
No, because if you think about Howard University and just around Howard University, like it to me, and I'm not from DC, but I've been coming here for a while. It feels like it tells the story of DC, right?
It does.
You got Howard University, you know what it was back in even the with the like it stayed in the community.
You got some murals.
It built up around the community,
Yes.
and Howard University is a big reason why that area is the way that it
Exactly.
is right
Exactly.
now, because what Howard University has done.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
like, you don't even know like what Howard University means, and
Your
move the
history.
campus.
Move
Yeah,
the
this
campus.
motherfucker have the audacity to say more. There are very few safe spaces
Yeah, man.
for young people of color in this city, and, even
yes.
less spaces now.
Because you know, if they smell weed or if they're getting too rowdy, then somebody that's walking their dog is gonna feel uncomfortable. So now we got to call the police.
My
and
God.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And that's what gentrification does to. I mean, you suck the culture out of the city.
I'm gonna go get my dog and walk it through Harvard and see what happens. What do you think will happen?
You would, first of all, you wouldn't even see
Move
that.
Harvard.
Yeah.
Move Harvard. Just get Harvard out of here.
Yeah.
Harvard's a part of the community.
And we was talking before we started recording about like, I don't want your dog like you
Yes.
ever see like if you ever walk through Howard campus.
Yes.
Manicured lawns,
Yes.
right? We was talking about the
They got
sorority like
fraternities and sororities,
benches
yeah.
and
Oh
things
my
like
And
that.
they got
Like,
bricks down there on the ground with people's names on
like
them.
I don't want a dog pooping in the grass and
Yeah.
even picking up the remnants. Like I should be able to lay out here in my school that I pay
Yes.
tuition for
Yes.
and Howard
Yes.
University. Like why do you have to
Yes.
go through here? Like why do you have
Yes.
to take everything?
And then if you go through here, like, and we tell you not to, why can't you just say, okay, well, let me just stay on Georgia Avenue?
I mean,
Let me
but
respect that.
Think about it. This motherfucker is so entitled that he has the audacity to say move a historically black college
man.
just so he can walk his fucking dog.
All I'm
But
thinking
to
is-
say that this is DC,
Yeah.
you don't know that Howard
It's
University
a part of DC.
you know is DC.
It's
right? When you
DC. To
think
some
about
people,
DC,
as Pete said, to
think
some
about-
people, it is DC.
Yeah. I just think,
It's
I don't know. I resort to violence. I be thinking everybody just get like 40, 50 people masked up and they just do violent things. And
He would be chasing somebody with his car.
man, I'm trying to tell you, I'd be doing some things.
I mean, to continue the whole gentrification thing, the Metro PCS store, they was beefing with this
Yeah.
posh building across the street.
Yeah.
So the Metro PC, to give you,
That they just threw up.
yeah, the Metro
5 years
PC
ago.
store, the guy that sells phones, he's been there.
96?
Yeah, 96.
Yeah.
96.
That's
I remember
2006.
that.
That's 2016. That's 20 plus years.
That's
man.
20 plus years. And the shade just came up last year. And the people that moved in there probably just moved last month.
Right.
And they're gonna try to tell that man that
turn the music down.
Yeah, and then on top of that, they complaining about you come to a city and you don't know the history of the city. Go-Go is the soundtrack of this fucking city.
Right.
It's the soundtrack.
Like I said, Wale came from PG and showed out. He came here on 14th.
Oh my goodness, the Wale shade.
I wasn't no shade when he said, man.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I kind of was like, I like the music, but I'm also one of those that be like, all right, at a certain time, you gotta turn it down.
Nah,
Don't turn
man,
it
he
up for a certain
gentrified
time.
Colonizer.
But he does. Look at the colonizer. You know, you let a light-skinned nigga.
He put a renovation on this house. That's
You know what I'm saying? A light-skinned nigga in the
Well, that does
suburbs.
bring down your property
I
value.
hate being bothered. Like, yo, I hate
Man,
loud
cut his
noise
mic
when
off.
I'm asleep.
Man, cut his mic
So-
off.
You sounding real light-skinned right now.
So I wasn't so. I mean, I think cutting it all off. I think that's the problem. Right?
It was
I
during
mean,
the day. I don't
it was
think they
during the
played it
day,
during the
though.
night. I don't- He might have had a person might have had a night job. People over there don't even have jobs, man. They just get money. They get annuities.
But you just cannot come to the city, and that's the thing about gentrification.
Yes.
You come to a city, and you come to the city because you like the culture of it. Then you want to, change the culture of it.
Yeah, the problem I have with gentrification is that it has a negative connotation, but it does. It's really not a negative word.
It's not.
It's just,
Well, it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. But the thing
Well,
is,
I think if you come to a neighborhood and I would have been like, all right, I don't mind the music, but just play it at a certain point.
Yeah.
But when you come in and you try to change
that's my problem.
everything
That's my problem.
Well, the reason why you came there is for a certain way,
Right.
And it was
then
cheap.
And then
It
you
was
want,
cheap
and then
because
you
of that
wanna
stuff.
change it.
Yeah.
It was cheap because the music was
just
playing
to
loud.
suit
And it was hip because of the stuff that was there.
Yes.
I mean, here's the thing I've always said about gentrification. When people say Starbucks and dog pet stores and stuff.
Whatever, I like Starbucks.
Black people like those things
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
It's when you criminalize the people in the neighborhood that's been doing the same shit.
When you
before
call the
you
people
came.
that live in the neighborhood Starbucks, when they in their Starbucks and you calling the police to
Exactly.
say, hey, they need to go because they don't have coffee yet.
And that's the thing I hate. It's so phony because everybody said they would like diversity until diversity hits them in the face. Diversity is
Yeah.
black folks sitting on the stoop talking.
Diversity.
You know what I'm
is
saying?
that.
Black it's brown folk in the front yard cooking out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Talking, drinking beer. All of us.
Yeah, man.
Right? If you don't want to,
I don't know about that, yo.
I'm serious. Come on, man.
All right, now
Black
listen.
folks do sit on the stoop and
No,
talk,
no.
right?
Yeah, they do.
And there's been plenty of
but-
times that people have called the police on a Saturday at 11 o'clock.
which is different.
Yeah.
But as a
But-
homeowner, I will tell you that if I'm walking down the street,
Somebody
and
sounding
it-
real light
no,
skinned.
and it gets a certain time, and you got kids. Like I've had my neighbor, and when I lived in DC, right, my neighbor, he was doing something, whatever he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 a.m, I'm hearing people banging, bang, 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 bang.
yeah,
on the
Well, that's
door,
different.
I
right?
had that too.
Yo, I came outside like, yo, my man, like that cannot like
You had
gotta
kids or
chill.
no kids?
Yeah, I had a small,
Okay,
yeah, I had a small
okay.
kid.
So then that's.
But
that's
even if
bad.
I didn't, I woke up. I got to get up in the morning. Like my thing is just respect.
Yeah.
Respect my
Man.
stuff. So
Yeah.
so in a certain part, yeah, you could be outside. You could be doing your stoop. I do that too.
Yeah.
But
But at a
you
certain
gotta respect
time-
the,
Oh,
just
nah,
respect
nah.
that. Respect after a certain time, man.
But
You
see,
gotta
the
go
difference
outside.
is
Take it-
this
or
is
take it in the back.
this is
I
how
got a
you
different
handled it and compared to how they handled it. You
I'm not
spoke
gonna
to the
call- I'm not
person.
gonna call
Right.
the police.
Yeah, they call the police
tell
on
you
you,
how
and
I
they
handle it.
criminalize you for doing the shit that you've always done.
I had some neighbors, and I don't know. I think they was running prostitution at one point because I remember somebody came to the door one night and broke a window. I was
Dang.
like having my lights off, and it was just like watching TV, man. It was entertaining for me. The other thing was these people had like a 4 or 5 day party, man,
God
with the
damn.
music blasted, and it didn't bother me at all, man, because I felt like that's a part of their culture, man. I feel like that's a cultural thing. Like I feel like they had they had like a tarp over their backyard, so I couldn't even see in there. Usually I could, man, but it was just music playing. They brought me some food next door, man.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, that's the beautiful thing
Oh,
about
that- yeah,
diversity.
yeah.
They
So-
hook you up with a
If I
plate.
was 25, I'd be right there. I'd probably be
Yeah,
partying with it.
yeah. I was single. So that was
right,
different.
right? And I think it depends on where you are in your life.
Yeah.
It depends on certain stuff.
But-
Yeah, I was up, so it wasn't keeping me up because I was already up.
And don't get me wrong, shit. If it's loud and stuff like that, and I know I gotta get up, I am going to say something to
Man,
the people.
I
I'm not
sleep
going to
through
call.
that.
I'm not going to call the police on them.
But
Sleep
honestly,
apnea helps
though,
me
I
do that.
think some of that is our fault because we don't. Sometimes maybe we don't realize what we have. Like
Yes.
right.
we have a neighborhood, right? We don't. First of all, it's a known fact, and I'll get the stats for the next show. But money does not stay in the black community for long.
10 seconds about that, man.
We spend money everywhere else
Yeah.
in our community, right? So now
I've heard
when
that,
when
too.
the Starbucks come or whatever comes,
Flooding
guess
it.
what?
We flooding it.
You know, we're going down. We going to Georgetown,
Yeah.
to do it, and not recognizing that we gotta like
Khalid's-
Petworth is dope.
And
you know
we
what I'm
got,
saying?
but we got a Khalil's coffee shop. We're like, I don't go there. He takes too long to get his coffee.
Right, I'm gonna go all the way down here and spend my money. So now, why would we put businesses there? Whereas if you go to other communities, if you go to Chinatown, guess what? They have a sustained community. They don't need nobody else.
Right,
Yes,
right, right.
they hold.
what I
They got apartments. There's apartments in Chinatown
So what do
with
you-
nothing but Chinese people in
Why?
it.
Why do you guys think that's a problem? I mean, not. I know it's a problem and it's an issue, but what do you think the problem is?
I think that sometimes that we've been conditioned
Yes.
to not necessarily love ourselves like we
Yes.
should.
Right.
Nah,
So
I
we
said
think
it.
that we want to go down and we want to be a part of the other culture. We want to
Yes,
be with
we gotta
them.
assimilate. If we're
Instead
gonna
of
be
staying-
successful, we gotta
instead of
assimilate.
staying with
Yeah.
us, where we can make ourselves successful.
Do you think that's by design
Yeah.
or?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's a
definitely.
system.
Yeah. I'm just curious. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a system, man.
Yeah, because I happen to agree with you. I just don't know. I never even really explored the reason why that we don't spend money on each other. If that makes sense, we don't spend within the community a lot.
We always skeptical.
I'm going to
they're-
conferences,
Yeah.
right? And a couple years ago, I went to this music conference in Atlanta. You had a couple black entrepreneurs out there selling T-shirts, this and that. Everybody look at T-shirts, no one buying. Guess what? I bought like 4 T-shirts. Like, yo, don't just look at it, spend your money on it.
Right,
Because
right,
you're gonna
right.
go somewhere else and buy a T-shirt. You was running
$70,
Macy's
right.
and buy a Ralph Lauren T-shirt. Yo, and I still got them T-shirts, dope joints with
And
like,
sometimes
you know what I'm saying, Jimi Hendrix on it. It's like, yo,
Sweet.
spend your money on them. Like all we need is each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But remember, I think was one of us was having this conversation about like, you know, if you think about social media, right? If you promoting something, if you promoting it, if I take what you promoting and pass it on, if you
Right.
take it and pass it on, like we don't need outside folks. All we need is each other, but we don't
Right.
do that enough.
Yeah.
Won't
You know what I'm
pass
saying?
it
I
on.
think that's the problem.
That's sort of disheartening too. Yeah. And it sort of reminds me that saying you don't have to be white to practice white supremacy.
Right.
That's what we're doing to each other. We're practicing white supremacy. We believe the hype that if I go to a black restaurant, the service is going to be slow.
Right.
Some of the best service I've got have been at black restaurants. Now, granted, there are some black restaurants. I mean, there are some restaurants that don't have service, but just like there's other
But
there
we
are
would
white
put
restaurants.
we would put up with
White
it.
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
oh, okay. They
Every-
don't. They won't put cheese on my hamburger. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right, every
They don't
time
do
you
that
go to
here.
the Cheesecake Factory, you're not getting great service.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But guess what? We'll go back there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and you can tell me you can definitely tell me you're not getting great service at Comcast or Xfinity.
Right.
The views expressed by the.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Nah.
but I see that all the time. You know what I'm saying? I see that
And
all
we're
the time.
so
And it's
much
a
harder.
And it's a shame, and it really like it pisses me off in a lot of senses that
Right.
we don't do that we don't support each other enough, that we don't make it so that we all can be successful.
Right,
I keep
right.
saying
It's
that
very
we don't
possible.
need anyone else.
It's very
Right.
possible.
How much money do we spend? We spend over $1 billion.
We're the number
Yeah.
one consumers. Number one consumers.
Now imagine if all that went into black-owned businesses. Imagine all of us got our money out of Bank of America and put it all in a black bank.
Industry bank.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Imagine if that could happen. guess what? Then they would be just like Bank of America,
Right.
With all the little perks, because you
But-
do that because guess what? It's one in my
Yes.
neighborhood, and this and that.
Yes.
When you put all your money in the independent, guess what? They
Right.
can be in more places,
And it'll be
They can have
more.
all the online banking stuff. They could do the exact same
Yes.
thing if
Yes.
they had it.
Yes.
And we have the
Yes.
power to do it.
Yes, I'm with you 100%.
Man, that is.
We about to all step off the soapbox. We was all up on our soapbox. That's what I'm talking about. What you know about that? That's straight from the horse's mouth.
I would say that I'm a lot more, as I'm getting older and as I'm becoming more woke, as they say, like I become more like intentional about like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
if there's a black store, like I'll
Right.
go online and I'll order my T-shirt from a
That's
black
exactly
store.
what we do.
Order my T-shirts from there. You know
We
what I'm saying?
talked
If there's
about-
a store,
yeah.
I'll drive a little bit. Like
Yeah.
there's a couple of barbecue stores here. That sell barbecue in Maryland that I'm dying to go to, and I'm like,
Yo.
I'll drive because it's in Bowie
Yo.
instead of going right around the corner. You know what I mean?
What about a black for? When you saw how Killer Mike did black for a week. We could try to reduce that to what about black food for a week? Not next week, not this week. But we got. It's gonna probably take
But
some
for a
planning.
week, yeah,
like
yeah.
we gonna, like let's say the first week of what month is this?
And we can
April,
review
May?
that.
If we do
We can
that.
give reviews and
The
give
first
shout
April,
outs.
May. So that means we will get or have to go to a farm that people, black people farm.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a black store.
Well, no, I'm saying like black food because I
Okay.
feel like it'd be too hard to do all like black stuff. Like I ain't gonna find no black gas station. You know.
You ain't gonna find
Or
no.
we could go out, get some food, bring it back, do a review on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Let's do
yeah.
that.
I mean, you
Let's do that
said
for
barbecue, a nigga.
A black, but I was just saying like black, like in terms of like groceries and black, you know, everything. Oh, we're gonna have to use white pots.
white spoons and shit.
Man, I don't know. I'm gonna get. I don't know what we're gonna do about it. I gotta find some
Said
black pots.
pots.
You know, the Tupperware that
What you
can.
want, a pot with like Aunt Esther's
I
face
want
on
some
it, or
Uncle Ben. I want Uncle
with
Ben
Esther
pots.
Rose face looking up? Damn.
Nell Carter. I don't want Rachel Ray. I want Nell Carter to cook my food.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So I don't know what we're gonna do about them pots. I really gotta figure. I'm gonna try to figure that out.
I just want to hear Pete do a 10-minute riff on pots.
No.
Black pots, the pots of slavery.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna figure this out. Well, y'all, we down?
Hey,
We down with the
hey,
black
yeah,
food
we can
for a week?
definitely do that. And as Liam said, we can do some. If we go to like
To a
a
restaurant, yeah.
restaurant, we can do a review, give them a shout
We can
out.
also review how hard it is to find black pots. Y'all better help us out. If you know any black pots, send it to us.
That's what's up. That's what's up. If you wanna send us some black pots,
Yeah, the
some
Goodwill
black
account.
some black whiskey. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can hit us up at sfthm@gmail.com. That's SHT Redemption.
There you
Song.
go. There you go. I'm just thinking, yeah, maybe if I go to Goodwill, that's secondhand. So
So
that
a black
ain't-
person probably had the pots.
at some point, it touched the black hand in Goodwill.
There you go. There you go. Collard greens and everything.
Something. Yeah, man, we eating black.
All right, folks. NBA playoffs are starting.
Yeah.
NBA playoffs are starting. Who you got? Who we supporting? I know Liam's team, the Knicks, ain't gonna never, ever.
Have y'all heard the rumors? They getting bigger.
Oh
They
yeah.
getting bigger.
KD.
Yeah, KD.
Who else?
Kyrie.
And maybe the number one pick.
It would be
Bron,
just
Bron?
like the. Nah.
Oh, y'all Zion.
Now imagine
Brown
that.
Jr.
Who you talking about? Who you
Imagine
talking about? The
that. No,
number
I
one
said
pick?
the number one pick. We'll have the number
Overall.
one pick. Plus, they talking about KD, like serious talks about him, and they talking about Kyrie being
Oh
able to
my
join them.
God, that
New
would
York,
be.
yo, the NBA is better.
That's
New
about
York
to be-
is
yeah,
good,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm
No, it's
telling
not.
y'all.
New York has been.
be-
All right, now picture
Time
this.
out.
Picture
I want to debate
We
that.
are-
Picture,
agree to
picture
this.
this. You got Boston is doing well.
Yes.
Philly, New York.
Doing well.
Then you take it out West Coast.
And then DC.
LeBron is there, so somebody going go to the Lakers.
How you
someone
gonna
come
forget
to the
DC?
Lakers. You got Lakers, you got Golden State. Like the NBA is better.
No.
and if
I'ma tell you-
if KD leaves Golden State, they're still formidable.
Yeah, they go to
So
Right.
it ain't
still
like
Golden
that
State.
team is going to
They
take
are machines.
You know, take. I mean, it's going to be more competitive, which is going to be better.
But
honestly,
it's their machine. They're gonna plug
I'm
somebody
sorry,
in the
New
KD
York.
spot.
New York has been bad for the last 15 years, and the NBA have never been better than what it is now.
Since
I
Ewing?
rebuke that.
I don't know
Since
if the-
Ewing?
I don't know if the NBA has been better.
The NBA has been really
The
good.
NBA
It's been
has
competitive.
It hasn't really been competitive.
Oh,
Think about
It's
the
been the
last
Spurs
champions.
and the,
oh,
and
I don't
Golden State.
buy that
People.
shit.
It's been
the
some
same
Spurs
people.
and
That's
and
just that
Golden
New York
State.
bias.
It's been the same folks. Like it hasn't been.
I
Now,
mean-
now that everyone is trying to get on teams, and then, like now they're trying to do something to be more competitive. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Golden State gonna be there.
New York.
Oh
is-
yeah,
Golden
yeah.
State gonna win.
But still, the rate. What Houston's doing, what Phoenix is doing, they're challenging. Everyone's catching up to Golden State,
feel like
and this has been going
Finally.
on. This has been going
But
on
why
for
do
the.
you think? And guess what? Guess when it's at its pinnacle.
But you
Yeah,
can't say
it's
York
New York.
about
New
to
York is
come.
New York, the
boo.
Cowboys, the
Every
Cowboys
time-
of the NBA.
No, they're not.
Every
Because
time
they've been sucking for the last
Every time-
15 years,
when you
and the
turn on
NBA's
folks'
still
tape,
been good.
People still talk about the Knicks.
That's just that. That's
They still
because
talk about
John Starks.
the New York Knicks haven't done anything. The New York Knicks haven't done any. I don't know why they talk about them so much. They haven't won anything
and-
for the
and-
That's
past
like the Cowboys.
25
though.
years.
That's like the Cowboys. They're American
Exactly.
because guess what? We ain't
It's-
win, and we still the talk
Yeah.
of the town.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
no.
Say about
It's
New
New
York.
York,
No.
then LA.
No, the reason why
It's
New York is
then
the
LA,
talk
then
of the
then
town.
Chicago.
The reason why New York
What's
is
the three highest franchises in
the
basketball?
reason why New
New
York is
York,
the talk of the town
Chicago,
is because New Yorkers are the
and
only person
LA.
that talk about them.
the three
Maybe
highest
Golden
priced
State.
franchises.
I would say
in
New
NBA.
York, New York,
Even without being good, New York
LA.
is still, I think. New
Yo,
York
I'm gonna
two
say this
or
one more
three.
time. The reason why New York is the talk of the town is because
That's
only New Yorkers talk about them.
He just mad at no one talking about the Wizards.
That is true.
They say John Wall might come back in a year or so.
John Wall will not be the same.
He said a year
A
or so.
year or so. Yeah,
All right,
they,
but who? But all right, let's make our picks. Who y'all got?
What? Who's coming out the East?
Who's coming out the East?
I think it's gonna be Boston.
Okay.
76ers. I mean,
Oh,
they
okay.
they like number 2, ain't they?
Yeah, Milwaukee's number 1. I think so. I think they may be
Let
number
me
2.
look them up.
I would love.
But
to, I would
Embiid's
love to
hurt,
see,
though.
I would love to see Philly come out.
Yeah.
I would like to see Philly come out.
Yeah.
They
Just
beat-
because it's a young team.
Yeah.
I think that would be
Ben
exciting.
Simmons
Then
is-
they could draw more people there.
Ben Simmons is gonna be good, man. I mean, he's already good, and they got Jimmy Butler, so they got a little edge to him.
Yeah.
I think they got a chance. Good a chance. I mean, the thing about the East is like that's gonna be exciting. Like next round,
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that's when you want to go find a ball somewhere and be up in there cheering.
yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
the
I'm
East
down with
is
that.
gonna be real exciting. I think.
Right.
Who you think's coming out the West?
You know what?
Old Faithful.
Old Faithful.
Mm-hmm.
The
You know
All-Star
what?
team.
I'm gonna put myself out there. And
Houston?
Say Houston.
Up. We
I'm
got
gonna say this is gonna be Harden's year to redeem himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been on.
He's
I
been
mean,
on
that
the tear.
boy has
He's been on the tear.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's a tear we've never seen, but like,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
And if Chris Paul stay healthy and can get through, they got a real good shot. I mean, it's gonna be hard with obviously with
So
Golden,
many weapons with Golden State. They
you know what I'm
just
saying? Like,
fully loaded.
Yeah.
you can't stop everybody.
They fully
Like,
loaded.
Well, we're
yeah.
gonna find out because Golden State, if Golden State get past LA Clippers, which they probably should, and Houston get past Utah, they in the second round.
Like that's good. What's
That's
gonna be
good.
crazy
Woo.
is
So whoever
Whoever
wins
wins
that
that-
is gonna probably go all the way.
we might not even watch the West until the championship. We might not see
right,
watch it
right,
until the
right,
championship.
right,
Because
right.
whoever wins that series, I don't see anybody else.
Right.
beating
I mean,
them.
Portland is on a tear though, because everyone thought Oklahoma City, the number 6 seed with Paul George and Michael Westbrook, was
Lillard
going
been
to.
doing his thing.
Yeah, Dame. Yeah, woo.
Lillard's been doing.
He's been
his thing.
killing them.
But I don't think them against go. I don't
I'ma
see them
tell-
having a shot.
I'ma
I can
do-
see them winning a game or two though.
I'm gonna do a prediction right here.
Throw it out there.
I'm a upset alert. I'm going to say San Antonio is going to beat. San Antonio is number 7 seed. They're going to beat Denver.
You don't never bet against San Antonio, man.
You don't. They're going to beat Denver.
They stay solid.
They're going to beat them. They are definitely going to beat them. And I think I agree with you, Liam. I think Houston is probably going to get past Golden State.
You think so?
Yeah.
I would like to see Houston and Philly.
Yeah. It could.
I think that can be exciting.
Yeah, that would go 7.
I think if it's a Houston-Boston series, I think Boston has the players that can slow down James Harden. They won't be able to slow down Golden State if Golden State win because they have too many weapons. But you can design a defense to stop Harden, or you can just let that nigga score and
stop everybody else.
I
could never root for a team from Boston. Like that's just how
I'm not rooting for them.
Because they racist or just because they're from Boston, too close to New York?
A little bit of everything.
Racist.
You don't like the green. You don't like the racism.
That's why I'm like, and I like Kyrie Irving as a player, but I don't watch him.
Yeah. Kyrie game is designed for New York. I will give you that. He has a New York Knick type of game. He'll be a super megastar in New York. You know what I mean? And KD will just be out of this world in New York.
Yeah.
Now the question is,
how long has KD got now?
He's about 30, so he got probably another 5 years.
5 years at a time.
But here's the thing that I will be worried about KD in New York. If he's having a hard time with the media and fucking Golden State, he's gonna have an even harder time with the media in New York.
And he be getting caught out there doing some crazy stuff.
Yes, he do.
Well, I do. Well, the thing is, he could get caught up in New York, right? But I think he's developing this mean kind of persona since he went to Golden State.
Yeah, he has an edge now.
Because Green, Draymond, called him a pussy.
Which could hold farewell just as far as that attitude as a player in New York.
Yeah.
But the thing about New York is, I don't care who you are. If you ain't playing well, we going to let you know, and you got to be able to take that. And if he starts crying or can't take that, he ain't going to last long.
He ain't going to good with that because Spike Lee getting in his face, it's going to be over with.
So let me ask you a question. Toronto is the number 2 seed. Why are we underestimating them now? Because they're
not on TV and we don't know nothing about them?
I'll tell you why. I think
because Kawhi's on that team.
I think Kawhi is...
He's like...
I'd say number 3, 4 in the league as far as best players.
Yeah. I think Harden may have surpassed him this year.
Yeah, so that's why I would say number 4. But 3 just because it's defense. You know what I mean? So if you're looking at all around...
Like if anybody can stop...
You put him
Harden
on one-on-one. You can let him do. But the I think with Toronto, Kawhi has never like... This is the first time where he'll be carrying a team. Like you think about it, he was in San Antonio, but when they won... It was still
Duncan and Parker.
Ginobili was doing his thing, so he came on as a young man. Like this time, it's on him. So I don't know if people see him yet as being a guy that can really carry that team. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna know. That the thing is, even if they go far, like let's say they make it to the conference championship, that's going up his stock ridiculously. Yeah. So even if he does that, I think that he's going to be better off for it. But I just see Toronto. I think history tells us that Toronto, they have the best record in the
and they always get knocked the fuck out.
Right. Yeah. But that is kind of a new team with Kawhi there.
And Green
I mean?
And
So it's going to be interesting to see what Kawhi do. But he's definitely like that, to me, definitely a top 5 play in the league, so we're gonna see.
Okay. And just to clear that, your finals is gonna be what? It's I'm
gonna say Philly and Houston.
And yours?
I'm gonna say Golden State, Philly.
Okay. I'm gonna say Houston and Boston. All right. So we're gonna check on that. I mean, we're gonna get back to this. This is recorded.
Yeah.
All right. So fellas, I'm gonna leave us with on a positive note today.
Yeah.
Is our quote. So in wine, there's wisdom. In beer, there's freedom. And whiskey, there's yourself.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to drink, don't drink alone. Amen. Right? Amen. All right. For Sean P.
Yes.
For Lean.
What up?
for crotchety lean. I don't want these kids on my yard lean. You've been listening to Straight from the Horse's Mouth podcast. Enjoy your evening. Peace.
Yep.
The views on Straight from the Horse's Mouth podcast do not represent any of our advertisers, unless they like it.
Oh, you know what that is? Oh, that's that ALC shit. Yup. That yeah. To the motherfucking L, to the fucking C, straight fire from the depths of hell, to the fucking street A, status never caught up. L, looking you can see, stay bagging bitches, give them hell, cause I got the G-A, level Chiba in the L, when I'm over, I'm the T-Roof, when I spit it out in the B-Oof, I get loose off the Grey Goose, mixed with the J-Oops, I be W. Allen, nobody smiling, rep the W.S. Coast, New York to Long Island, you could T-L, from the J-Ump, I ain't a P-Unk, I was raised off a P-Funk, getting blazed in D-Runk. I'm C-Razy, little threats don't PHA's me. Pop raised me to step up to any chump that plays me. Fuck dry snitching, dropping D-Ops to the C-Ops. It's T-Om and D-Rock, that classic street hop. Like C4, blow the P-Lace. The D-A gotta throw out the case, cause I blew the spot without a T-race. There's no S-top and I keep it poppin'. Keep record C-hopping like bird shit, I keep D-ropping. Play the sideline, W watching and C-locking, cause it's my time. Nobody stopping the B-locking. I keep it poppin', type of shit you don't see often. I G off until I'm resting in the sea often. Yeah, until then nothing can stop. How we do it? A to the motherfucking L, to the fucking C, straight fire from the depths of hell, to the fucking street A, status never caught up. L, looking you can see, stay bagging bitches, give them hell, cause I got the G-A.
KGR coming with fully loaded C-lips, pinging like the C-rips, multiple hollow T-hips, to lay you in your C-rip, the G-rip shit for the G-rips, niggas strictly about a C-hips, yak for your scratch a fat use a B-it, with jock and the T-hips, sensitive little C-lit, it's KGR, run up on the AR, can spar backwards, for metal J-actors, niggas spit them all avid, never leave these parts without STR avid, see me par, you gonna need CPR action, I be somewhere far, nigga CAR dashing for the C header. Duke and PhD C level. Hear me bang better than BA Redders. With Dom PC endeavors and V8 weather. And I bet you will love to put him under DA pressure. But you can laid on the P8 rheumatic stretcher. Kinetic energy in this P89 stretcher. I bet you the shit won't be a big FES. Niggas better strap an Army VS or get their CHEST messed up. Get your guns up.
How we do it? A to the motherfucking L, to the fucking C, straight fire from the depths of hell, to the fucking street A, status never caught up. L, looking you can see, stay bagging bitches, give them hell, cause I got the G-A, level Chiba in the L, when I'm over C.
The Alchemist Lair. What is this stupid shit? Let me see this. Yo. Oh, look at this. Let me see this. Alchemist. PC. Kiss. Okay. Push it to your clips. Snoop Dogg. Okay.